Welcome to Growing Up Boomer. I'm your host, Padre, with my co-host, Professor. And this podcast is dedicated to the life and times of the baby boomer generation. The show is loosely scripted, and sometimes we'll go down rabbit holes, and where it leads us to, one will never know. This podcast can be informative, funny, and sometimes irreverent. But most of all, we hope you find it entertaining. Hey, Professor, how's it going, my man?
You know what? It's going well, Padre. It is. It's going well. No complaints.
Oh, good,
Okay, it
good.
wouldn't matter anyway because you just throw it back at me. So there you
Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
On Tuesdays, which is tomorrow,
hmm
we always have a family get together.
Okay.
So I cook dinner for the entire family.
Okay. We do it on Sundays.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody does that. Especially, I guess people our age do that more or
Well,
less.
it's my wife's thing. She wants a Sunday family dinner.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
excellent.
So
Yeah.
it happens most of the time.
hmm
Sometimes it doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, well,
So you do Taco Tuesdays, but maybe without tacos.
yeah. No, no, for me now, get this, okay? We do this tomorrow, okay? We're going to have ribs, my glazed carrots, and mashed potatoes.
Hmm.
Huh?
Wow.
Huh? You
I have a
know,
question.
yeah,
I have a question.
sure.
What time's dinner? That sounds good. That sounds really good.
Oh yeah, no, we do that, and I'm sure your lovely wife does that to kind of keep the family together
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
because
because the
we
kids are,
miss that. Yeah,
when we were growing, when we had young kids,
yeah,
we had dinner every night. We'd sit down, everybody would sit down, eat together.
and
That doesn't
everyone,
happen anymore.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so because they're all here and there, whatever else. So
hmm
one day a week, Sundays, we try to get everybody
Oh,
into the house.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. So we kind of get that done and just have a good time with that. So yeah,
sure,
and
yeah.
I tell the kids, I will keep doing this till I can't do it anymore.
Okay.
And I said, at my age, that may not be very long.
It may not be long. So which one of you are going to pick it up when I stop?
What's
That's
that?
the next question. That's the question you need to ask. So which one of you is going to pick this up when I can't anymore?
Oh, I already told you about the tamales, right?
Well, you told me about,
Yeah,
that Jenny isn't going to do it.
she ain't
I
doing it.
know that. Yeah, well, I'm not talking about tamales. I'm just
Yeah.
talking about your
Well, that's what
dinners.
I'm saying. I don't think
Okay.
anybody's going to pick it up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's
All
kind
right.
of like antique stores. Once the baby boomers are gone, the antique
Oh,
stores are closed. Am I
there's
right?
a lot to that. Well, pretty much. A
Am
lot
I
to that.
right?
A lot to
Oh,
that. Yeah, there's no
golly.
doubt about it. That's
Oh,
funny.
well. Speaking of antiques, that would be us.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
you know what? You know what we really need to talk about
What?
is what our first job was.
Well, I've got first jobs. I don't
Okay.
know about
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, but I've got first jobs.
hmm Now,
So,
now,
uh,
before you got
yeah.
that job, I have to ask you, what did you do to make money? Before you got a real paying job that you had to pay
I
Social
didn't. I
Security?
got an allowance, a little
Uh,
allowance, whatever it was.
hmm
Okay, that
hmm
was it.
That was
Okay.
it, huh?
So yeah, that was really it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No,
I
we
got
did
enough
the.
for subway money to go down to Washington Square in
hmm
Manhattan
hmm
to play guitar.
Did.
That's what I used to do on Sundays. I kind of grew up at the tail end of the beatnik era in Manhattan, and so
Oh.
I forget which subway line it was, but I think it was the Lexington line.
hmm
Um,
hmm
I would hop that thing on Sundays, take my guitar down to Washington Square, and just try to play guitar with people and so on. And we'll watch chess matches because they had tables,
Right.
concrete
Right.
tables set out. Doing that, I did that Sunday for as many Sundays as I could for a good couple of years,
hmm
couple 3 years, I think.
Were you
So
were
I
you the
just needed subway
yeah
money.
yeah would you kind of say you were the guy that with the open guitar case and people put money in it,
No,
or
no,
you
no. I
just
didn't.
played
No,
it?
no, no. I just played with people. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Oh, okay. All
yeah.
right. Oh,
Oh
how
yeah. I didn't
interesting.
go down and solicit, No, I would go down and just try to
Oh,
jam
wow.
with people
That's
and
right.
learn
You were
and stuff
telling me
like
you
that.
probably even heard Bob Dylan because that's the time he was coming through the ranks,
Well, I
wasn't it?
heard Bob Dylan 3
Hmm.
times.
Wow.
Okay, once in the Village,
Hmm.
once at Lincoln Center with Joan Baez,
Hmm.
great concert,
Hmm.
and once at in Central Park
Yeah. How
at a
old?
concert.
Just out of curiosity, you remember how old you were when you saw him?
Oh gosh, 13 to 16 in that ballpark.
Wow. Can you imagine that? We're that age, and you're 13 years old, and you're taking the subway into the city.
Oh, no, I was in the city.
Okay. All right.
Oh, no, I was already in the city.
Okay.
13 to 4. Yeah,
Yeah.
I started teaching myself guitar when I was 13.
Okay.
Okay,
And
I
you're
was
already
already
in the
living in
city then.
Manhattan. But
Okay.
talking, I was already in the city. So I would
Okay.
take the subway, but back it up. This was different times back then.
Yeah.
Because before I moved to Manhattan,
Yeah.
I lived in Jersey.
Uh-huh.
And my father died when I was 10,
Mm-hmm.
and we lived in a nice suburban town.
Yeah.
And after he died, we moved to Fort Lee, New Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Mm-hmm.
the New Jersey anchorage of the George Washington Bridge.
Oh, okay.
And two things happened. So I'm sorry. Can you open this up? Okay.
Okay.
So two things happened. One, okay. Well, my grandfather lived in Manhattan. He lived on 28th Street, East
Oh,
28th
okay.
Street.
Mm-hmm.
I was 12 years old,
Mm-hmm.
11 to 12, and I would take the bus from New Jersey into Manhattan
Mm-hmm.
and get on a subway to go down. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
I would go there not weekly, but often. I would go
Mm-hmm.
make that trip at 11 and 12 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
But the other cool thing, and I don't remember exactly, I was 12. Okay. They built a lower level to the George Washington Bridge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And my friend and I hitched a ride
Uh-huh.
with Mr. First. And this guy traveled around the country to be the first at openings.
Oh,
And
oh,
he was
really?
up in the front of the line,
Uh-huh.
okay?
Uh-huh.
And after they let the celebrities or all the politicals go through, and they opened the gate, we had hitched a ride, so we went across from Mr. First.
Oh, wow.
Right. And then I think we walked back. If I recall correctly, I think we walked back over the bridge. Anyway, so hey,
Wow.
we got way afield. What are we talking about?
Our first jobs, but
Oh,
I
first
just say
job. Okay.
the reason why I'm setting this up is because it was a different time. I
Oh
mean,
gosh, absolutely.
you were out there doing this. I was out there before I got my real first. Hey, here's a check. I'm paying into Social Security and all that.
Right,
I mean,
right,
I would do car washes, mow
right.
lawns,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Cut down
yeah.
weeds. I mean,
I
you
did
just go
paper
to
route.
people.
I did
Yeah,
a paper route for a while.
yeah. No, I
I
never did a
remember doing
paper
that.
route. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
never
did
did
that
a paper
in New
route.
Jersey. I did that filling in for somebody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it was only for like when you went on vacation.
Yeah, yeah,
So that was
yeah.
it. So yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I don't know how many first jobs you have, but my
Mm-hmm.
first job, and I think it was the summer that I turned 15,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
It was a part-time job and at a school, I don't remember which one. It
Right.
was walking distance to do inventory. I had to go into the classrooms and do inventory.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm in this classroom and I go into the bathroom and I see some roaches.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. So I go to my boss, supervisor, whatever. I say, hey, I went in there and there's some roaches in there. He said, hey, here's money. Go down to the hardware store, get a couple of cans of roach spray,
Mm-hmm.
give him a spray. Went down, paid for it, got my cans, went back. I sprayed in that bathroom and I hit a nest. And they came
Oh.
out by the thousands, by the
Oh.
thousands. I'm traumatized, baby. I still am traumatized.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh,
I kind
can
of
you
gave
ima-
that job up. Okay,
Oh,
I
God.
walked out of that room. I would not go back in that room
Oh,
again.
God.
So that was my very first job.
That was the end of that job, huh?
That it was very
Oh,
short lived.
golly, it was like almost
Absolutely.
like a Stephen King novel. It's like-
Right,
or what
right.
was that movie, The Mummy? With all those things crawling all
Yeah,
over
yeah,
you.
yeah. Well, how about the
Oh,
birds?
God.
Okay, whatever. Anyway,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
that was my first job.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh. But
um,
that was sound like a short-lived.
that was short lived. Yeah. Well, of my first jobs,
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
was the most short lived. But I really didn't start working
Mm-hmm.
until I was in college. on Long Island.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
when I first started.
Right.
And I
Right.
had basically 3 jobs there
Mm-hmm.
during my time because I did my first 2 years, got an associate's degree. Then I took a year off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I was working. That was when the gas station went. Okay, and then I moved back to Westchester County in New York, and then continued to get my graduate,
Okay.
my 4-year degree,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went off
Oh,
for my
okay.
master's.
All right.
So, so this is all my first jobs were in Long Island,
Yeah. Yeah.
and my second one, guy, I'm trying to think of which was. Okay, I think I was at an agriculture. I went to State University of New York at
Sure.
Farmingdale.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to be a veterinarian, and I was in their animal science program, and so that was the first 2 years, and then I was going to transfer to 4-year, and so on and so forth, and go on from there. And so I had a lot of hands-on. I mean, at school, I mean, we took care of chickens, cows, sheep, and pigs. Okay, so we had to literally take care of them. And I got a job with my best friend Eben, in Meadowbrook Hospital,
Right.
and they did research. It was a research hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and so we had beagles and monkeys, and if I recall correctly, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was pigs. Okay, that we dealt with, and that was my first foray into, taking care of
Right.
animals
Right.
in a kind of a veterinary. It was
Sure.
research and so on.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think. I remember I enjoyed it. It was a great job.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have any crazy stories to
Mm-hmm.
tell.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy stories to tell. But
Oh.
I had
Uh-huh.
2 other jobs.
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
on Long Island before I moved to Westchester.
Right.
And which one should I tell you first? I'll say the 442 story for last.
Okay.
So then I moved to a small animal hospital,
Right.
and I was working for Dr. Altman, very well known in the bird thing,
Right.
and he did small animals.
Uh-huh.
And so he had a raccoon come in. Okay, and no, excuse me, take it back. He had a raccoon in for some type of treatment because he would do things like that, and he did a. I don't know if I could tell this on the air. Okay, but I'm going to try. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so I was helping. He did a cat neuter.
Uh-huh.
Right. So I don't know. I mean, without getting graphical, I mean, cats get neutered.
Right.
Okay. Male cats get neutered. The things that make a male cats aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
They take them out. What does he do? He takes them over and gives them to the raccoon. Raccoon loved them.
Oh.
Sorry. That's a story. I saw that happen. I was like,
is this kind of like what? Rocky Mountain oysters?
Rocky Mountain oysters. So that raccoon loved those
golly. Oh, jeez.
So yeah.
He was fat, dumb, and happy, man.
Yeah, fat dumb. But he was a good vet. He definitely was into birds.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot. And the other job that I had while I was still in school there, I worked in a gas station for Emilio Battaglia. Okay. Great. I loved him. He was a great boss. He really was. And back then gas was 28 cents. Okay, give or take, like that. And he had a gas station right across and down a little bit from the campus.
Sure.
So it was easier for me to go back and forth there. And so I did a lot. I mean, that's where I learned a lot of my, of course, learning mechanic skills back then was a little bit easier than doing on cars now.
You think? Okay. A little bit? A little bit?
I think. Okay. But, I mean, aside from the oil changes and stuff, I started learning. I started doing tune-ups and, doing all the stuff. Okay. That you
sure.
Then.
Sure.
And I had that's when that was in 68. And I got a 68. And I got a 65 442.
Oh, beautiful.
My wife 442, which we've talked about.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Okay.
Yeah.
And one day, Padre, I don't know how this happened, but Emilio and I were talking.
Yeah.
And I was boasting about that I used to take my car out to National Speedway out in Islip, Long Island. And I used to, I used to race it on the street. Okay?
Sure.
And I never lost on the street. And then I took it out to National
Right.
Speedway
Uh-huh.
and got blown away. Okay, with all the lights and everything else and da 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 da. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This what I want to tell you is. So after I guess I went out there, he said, "So you think you got a fast car, right?" I
Mm-hmm.
said, "Yeah." I said, and I don't remember what he was looking. So you see this car here? He said, "I bet I can beat you in this car." And it was not. It was not a.
It
No, it
was not
wasn't
a
a fast
muscle
car.
car.
Wasn't a muscle car. I said, "No way."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I'll tell you what. Let's go down to wherever it was." Okay, and this was a 2-lane, 4-lane highway,
Right.
main highway going back and forth. Right. Okay, near the school. He says, "Let's go down to there." Okay, and the first one gets back here wins. I'm game. So we go down there, we turn around, and we take off. And I'm driving, so on and so on. And he is stopping in front of me at a light, this or that. And I was going so fast, I had to jack left, okay, and I clipped the back of his car
Oh,
with my right front
oh.
fender, okay. And I keep on going, okay, and I go right back to the gas station. He gets back there. He says, "Put your car." Oh, and we heard sirens. Okay, he
Uh-huh.
says, "Put your car in the back of the station." Put the car in the back of the station. He couldn't see it. The cops come in, and they ask him, "Have you seen a white car? Something racing back and forth?" He said, "No, I haven't seen anything." Cops took off. Nothing ever happened.
Oh, gee. Oh, no.
Emilio. And then the other thing,
Uh-huh.
okay, and it was a great job because I learned a lot. And
Yeah.
then I guess he bought a station out in Stony Brook, Long Island,
Oh, yeah.
and that was further out
Sure.
and more on the North Shore. And
Mm-hmm.
so I would have to commute. It was about a 30-minute commute to
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah.
And he invited me over for dinner one night, and we're talking an Italian family,
Mm-hmm.
and he brings out a Caesar salad, okay, and I dug into that and had my first anchovies. And I remember that like it was yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
I got it down. Okay, and no anchovies for me. So
Uh-huh.
anyway, it was a great job. It was really,
Oh,
and that was
wow.
again back in the days, gas
Uh-huh.
station wise, where every time you go out, you heard the bell ding,
Sure.
you'd go out. Okay, what do you want? You fill it up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay, you're doing the windows, you're doing everything else.
Right.
You,
Right.
you did the whole job. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what you did back then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was the old days.
Just, yeah.
Those are my first 4 jobs.
Well, you know what? I covered most of my second job in a previous, let me see, podcast. It's right
Okay.
at the beginning. It's called Retail, the second oldest profession.
Okay.
So, if anyone wants to find it, because that's where really weird stuff happens in retail.
No,
And
I think weird stuff can happen anywhere. But anyway, yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
but
Yeah.
retail, there's a lot of interesting characters in retail. All right.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure.
And you got to remember, I remember my first actual where I received a check was a fast food. Okay.
Okay.
Because like I said before, you're always a kid, you always want to earn money. You start about that age 12, 13 looking to get jobs just to get some money. So I mean, just mowing
Mhm.
lawns,
Sure.
shining shoes. I never had a paper route. I never did a
Okay.
paper route.
Yeah,
But
I did that for a little while.
yeah, but stuff like that, washing cars, whatever you can get, a little bit of money. Yeah,
Mhm.
but I remember my first actual paying job was a little fast food restaurant, not a restaurant, but a fast food
Fast
stand
food place. Uh-huh.
in Alhambra, and it's still there. Der
Mhm.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Der Wiener Schnitzel.
Oh
Der Wiener
man!
Schnitzel.
Have you ever eaten at a Der Wiener?
I have had Der
Oh,
Wiener.
oh,
I've had 2 Der Wiener Schnitzels hot dogs when was it? In February.
Yeah, yeah.
I was in California working on that house,
Mhm,
and my
mhm.
niece and nephew, and
Right,
my
right.
nephew and I were in the house doing stuff. And the
Mhm.
niece, she went and got lunch 2
Yeah.
times. She did this 2 different days, and
Mm,
back came Der Wiener Schnitzel.
yeah.
Okay, ooh, just the way I like it with the
Oh,
mustard and the
oh,
relish on it. Yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
remember the funny thing was that I got it I think it was my junior year in high school. So about 68, 69, I think 68, 69. Yeah, maybe that. And, and of course I didn't drive at the time. Didn't have a car.
Mhm.
I rode my bike. I had a 10 speed. Okay. I
Okay.
rode my bike to school.
Okay.
Then I rode the bike to work.
Okay.
And I was a night manager. I ended up being a night manager, and then I would ride it home, and my
Oh, wow.
house was way up on a hill.
Oh, wow.
And of course, I
Okay.
was in great shape back then. I could go
Okay.
up that hill, and I mean it was steep. Go up
Okay.
that hill without stopping.
Okay. That's
I
pretty good.
mean, back then, I was 6'2", 155 pounds,
Okay. Get it.
playing
Yeah.
basketball. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I had a
You're in
little
shape.
bit of muscle.
Right.
But eventually I became night manager, and some of the stuff, first of all, I'm making minimum wage at 135 an hour. Okay. And
Okay.
let me tell you what's wrong with minimum wage. Okay.
Well, it's low.
Well,
Anyway, go ahead.
no.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter how much, because right now minimum wage in California for
It's 15 and change or
no,
something?
it's 20. If you're a
Oh, it's
fast
up to
food
20.
worker, it's up over 20.
Okay.
Okay, but that's not the problem.
Okay.
The problem is what you're telling your employee is, I'm paying you minimum wage because I can't pay you any less. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Well, I'd like to
That's
pay you
my-
less, but they won't let me.
Yeah, but they won't let me. See,
Right.
that's why you never pay minimum wage. Even if it's 10, 15, 20% higher, right?
Yeah.
You'll get a better, shall we say,
Employee.
class of worker.
Sure. Absolutely.
And they'll appreciate that, hey, you know what? You're paying me a little bit more than what I should be making. But having
Yeah.
said that, that's what the 135 an hour.
Yeah.
And we had to wear white shirts. We had to supply the white shirts and brown pants.
Okay.
That's what we had to have. And we had the
Okay.
little paper hats.
Okay.
It said Der Wiener
They say
on 'em.
Der Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
had that on the side, Der Wieners.
Yeah. Okay.
Der
Okay.
Wiener. Okay, and I get this, okay? My first job when I got there was to scrape the paint with a single edge razor off the menu, because the Polish dogs were going from 59 to 69 cents. So I had to scrape it off with a
That's
single edge
that's a big
razor.
percentage increase, by the way.
Yeah,
Right.
and then you
Yeah.
have to, and it was with paint.
Yeah.
69. All righty.
Wow.
I mean, and I look at this. I went to Der Wiener over the weekend, because I like to buy their chili. And
Okay.
and the guy was going like, he really personable. Say, hey, how's it going? And he's trying to do the order. He says, I really apologize. I usually start here and I can't figure out this machine, right? And I told him, I'm telling you this right now. I couldn't make it in this business now. I started in Der Wiener, okay? I mean, I worked for one of the original franchisees guys, okay? I worked for one of the original ones. And I'm telling you, we use bags. We would take the order on bags. I said, I don't know how you guys do it. I mean, all we had
Yeah.
were hot dogs,
Right.
Polish sandwich, fries, shakes, and drinks. That's it. No hamburgers.
Yeah. How
No.
hard is it, right?
Yeah, how hard is
Yeah,
it?
right.
Just, okay, what size fry you want?
Right.
How many
Right.
hot dogs you want?
Right. Right. What do you want on your hot dog?
Yeah, it's
Okay. Well, did you
yeah.
put your condiments on yourself, or did they put it on?
Oh no, we put it on ourselves. We put the
Okay.
condiments on. And
Okay.
I remember one time, my future mother-in-law decides she's going to come. Right. She hears I'm working there, and I said, oh, good. Says I'm going to come down. So she comes down and she says, I'd like tomatoes on my bed. I said, I'm sorry, that's extra. She says, it's extra. I said, yeah, it's extra. She said, well, how about some pickles? I'm sorry, that's extra too.
Did you know her then?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. That's why she was there to support me. Okay. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I had been there.
Yeah.
I had been part of the family for years already.
Okay. Right.
And so she was miffed about this.
I bet she was miffed.
Okay.
Right?
She was miffed about this. So the next time she comes, she brings all her condiments and makes sure that I know about it. All right. She's got the little Tupperware, and she's got the pickles, and she's got all of this stuff. So, oh, golly.
Yeah, funny.
And all kinds of stuff. I used to be night manager. And of course, I can't work every night.
Right.
So, they have like an assistant night manager. So he was closed one time. I opened up, and something happened where I had to open up the store. It was on the weekend. So I said, okay, open up. And I'm looking around, and I'm finding pickles behind the coffee machine, by the shake machine. I'm going, what's going on? And so the guy comes in later, right? Because he's in the clothes, and I says, what's the story here? What's going on? Oh, nothing. I says, you shouldn't have pickles behind the coffee machine, behind the shake machine. What's going on?
Yeah, not
Found out
even
they had a
close.
food fight the night before.
Oh, that's
They
funny.
thought they cleaned up really well,
Yeah.
but they didn't.
Yeah, apparently not. Wow.
And the customers you get, all righty. Oh my goodness, some can be the best, some can be the worst. I
Yeah.
remember one time, it was real small. You could just see the kitchen, right? You got the drive-through. You got that. We didn't even have mics. Okay,
No,
we
back
ran
then, no.
outside and
Yeah,
wrote
yeah,
on the
yeah, yeah.
bag what they wanted.
Sure.
I hear this guy in the front, and he's talking to the guy taking the order. I was doing the cooking. Talking to the guy's name. I think he was a good friend of mine. I think his name was Keith. And he's talking Spanish to him. And Keith's going, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know Spanish. You know, the guy looks like Edgar Winter. Okay, I mean, you know,
white hair,
yeah,
white hair.
yeah, the whole thing. And he's going like, I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish. And he tells him in English, I don't want that guy cooking my food. And he goes, why, sir? He says, because I can see he's Mexican. And I'm going like, wait a minute, this guy's Mexican too. Yeah. He thought I was going to listen. He's talking Spanish in the front.
Yeah.
I made it anyway. But
Oh,
obviously the guy was intoxicated.
Apparently.
Right,
Okay.
you know.
Wow.
And he says, do you know what they do to the food? You know, I'm going like, all right,
Oh.
this guy's intoxicated.
Yeah.
I made it anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
And you didn't do what he thought you
Oh
might do.
no.
Yeah,
I would
not.
never do that ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
I know
Because
that.
you know
Yeah.
what? I mean, I believe in karma. You do something
Yeah.
like that, it's coming
It's gonna
back
come
to
back.
you.
It's gonna come back to you one
It's
way or the
gonna
other.
come back. That's what I used to tell my lovely wife when she would complain about Taco Bell. I remember one time she sent me back because there wasn't enough cheese in the taco.
Oh wow.
Oh God! And I said they're going to spit in our food.
Oh,
I said,
absolutely. Yeah.
we just won't go anymore. You know the little Taco Bell that's by my
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like the picture. And I said, what? You've been watching Falling Down with Michael Douglas? You know, come on.
Yeah.
They're going to be spitting in their food.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
That's
I remember that. But a lot of shenanigans went on in retail, and if people want to know about that, they just go back and listen to the I think it's the second or third podcast we did, and that really gets into it. But oh man, I tell you what, and one more story, and we'll end this one.
Well, I got two other little stories if we have time.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this one real quick. I remember one time these ambulance came in to get food, all right, and they're at the drive-through. But just as they're going through, all of a sudden, they get a call, and they turn on the siren and take off.
Oh wow. Okay.
What's the last thing you want to do when you're a restaurant, okay, or fast food? Is an ambulance leaving your place with their lights on?
Right.
Well, food poisoning. What's going on?
Yeah, something like that, right? Yeah.
All right. Ooh. What do you got for me, my man?
Okay, two quick things. So after I moved from Long Island, I moved back to Westchester, and I got a job working for a small animal vet up in Yorktown Heights. And he was a small animal vet. And two stories. Okay, one. So you've heard about cats bouncing off the walls?
Sure, yeah.
So one day, cat came in. I don't remember what the procedure was. Okay. But we had cages, the lower cages and the upper cages.
Sure.
And the upper cages, basically, I looked right into.
Sure.
And I opened up this cage door for this cat, and it lunged right at me. I mean, it lunged right at me. My reflexes are good. I'm out there, and that cat literally was bouncing off the wall. He was absolutely nuts. But finally, I was able to get it out of the snare trap and get it sedated and so on and so forth. Actually, I had to get it back in the cage. Oh, it was that's one. The other one. So client comes in. They want to know if they found a baby skunk,
Mm-hmm.
and they wanted the skunk as a pet.
Okay.
So they called Bobby. That was his name, the vet.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Would you de-skunk my skunk?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, okay. So they drop off this baby skunk.
This story's going to
And-
end bad. I know it.
It's going to be a stinky story.
Yeah.
Yes, sneaky story.
Uh-huh.
So we don't do it on the inside. Okay, we go outside. We're in the driveway. Now it's kind of like a cat that like a dog. They got glands, you know,
Sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and they're underneath the tail and everything else.
Yeah.
And so what he did, okay, is, and I'm in overalls and wearing boots. Okay, I'm sitting on the ground, cross-legged, with a skunk upside down, tail out of the way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what he does, he had warmed up this gel, and he injects the gel into the gland,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
where it solidifies, so he can feel where it is, so he
Right.
can make the incision. All logical. I get it. Okay, I've seen him do it. He does all that, and he incises it, and he hits the sac, and juice
Oh.
comes up
Oh.
and lands right on my boot.
Oh.
Now, until the surgery is done, I'm like this.
Oh man.
He got it all done. We got rid of it, and
Uh-huh.
I couldn't get the smell out of that boots. I ended up throwing them away, and he
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You know, I don't know. All right. Well, you know what, Professor? It's about time we probably end this one. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, cool, good. Okay.
All right, my
Then,
man. You have a
good.
great one.
All right, talk later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We'd like to thank you for listening and remind you if you happen to have any baby boomer topics you'd like us to cover, just email us at growingupboomer@gmail.com. And until next time, may God bless.